Hey everybody, so thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Welcome to Talking Habs. So it's a somber day. Not only did the Canadiens lose last night to a team they should have beat. I mean, especially after losing to Ottawa the game before, they should have come out better, and it was not a very good game. And with everything that's been going on with the rumors about Julien being fired, I was kind of expecting something to happen. I said I gave him 2 more games. I thought by the time Winnipeg, they had played just 2 games against Winnipeg, if the results weren't any better, that would be it if I was the coach, the GM. So Mark Bergevin didn't wait that long, and Claude Julien and Kirk Muller have been let go, and they brought in Dominic Ducharme as interim head coach, and they've also brought Alex Burrows up from the Laval Rocket coaching staff to be an assistant. So we're under an interim coach in Dominic Ducharme, who is the guy that I would have thought that if anything happens that we've been talking about it on my live streams, and I know a lot of people thought Muller would be the guy, and I didn't think so. I really didn't think so, and it wasn't because he's not just because he's English and doesn't speak French, because that's that rule here. But the reason they brought Ducharme in the first place, it was kind of known that he could be, and then they brought in Muller, and you have 2 guys that could be head coaches if something happened with Julien. And I guess one guy being French made the difference, but I think Muller's performance with the power play is the reason he got let go. So maybe if the power play was doing better, maybe Muller doesn't get let go and he's head coach. But either way, Claude Julien and Kirk Muller have been fired, and we have new head coach. It's interim. I imagine if he does well, Dominic Ducharme will become the head coach without the interim tag. But we'll have to see, because he's not been a head coach before in the NHL. He's had great success in the Q. That's the QMJHL. And yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised here. The only thing I'm kind of surprised at is, well, look, I was going to do the review for the game. I mean, you can see it on the board here. And I got up late today. Just when I got up, it turns out, just when the announcement came up. So like 10 minutes after I'm up, I hear about it. And I was prepared to do my review video this morning, and we're here with this. So before I get into all of that, and you stuck with me for like almost 3 minutes, it looks like, to get to here. If you are a Habs fan and you want to see videos like this when things happen and there's news, and just regular videos and live streams, subscribe and ring the notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. If you have any comments about what happened today with the firing, about the game last night, or anything you want in the comment section, let me know what you're thinking. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And first, I'd like to say to Claude Julien and to Kirk Muller, I wish them the best. Claude Julien, whatever you think of him as a coach, Stanley Cup winner, a really nice man. And that's the key here. Claude Julien is a really nice man, and he should be treated with respect, no matter what you think of the job he did as a coach. And the same goes for Kirk Muller. They're nice people, and we don't need to shit all over them. They didn't get the job done, and they lost their job. Now, so I want to just say that. So the best of luck to both of them in the future. And yeah, I mean, it's a sad day, but you could see it was going to be coming, right? We've been talking about it. I have a video. I have 3 pages of a video that I was going to do today after the review about this topic, and it happened before. So we're going to take a really quick look at the game, and then some aspects of the reason for the firing. So I'm going to mix the 2 in because, listen, it was a horrible game last night. The team was not prepared, whether it be the coaching didn't prepare them or that he had lost the room and the players were not going to perform for him. And it turns out it is probably the latter, because I'm hearing that the players went to Marc Bergevin complaining about ice time, power play ice time, and stuff like that. And they went to Marc Bergevin, and Weber complained to Chris Nyland about the negativity in the room. So he had lost the room. And you know what? The game yesterday, it was clear in the first period that something was wrong to that caliber, that he might have lost the room, because they came out flat. I wrote it here. Habs came out wrong. I didn't know how else to describe it, but they came out wrong. No energy or motivation. And it should have been there. It should have been there. They should have beat this team, decided like a statement game, kind of a game. And they came out with nothing like that. From the top to the bottom, from the skaters to the goaltending, the defense was no good. I mean, and you knew there was something wrong. So I wasn't surprised that this happened today and that he didn't wait until Winnipeg games. I thought the Winnipeg games, because after those two games, they have a couple days off. And right now in this part of the schedule, right till the end of the season, having 2 days off is a luxury. And I thought, you know, it gives them a couple days to install a new coach and all that. And there's not a lot of time. Bergevin didn't have much choice here. There's not a lot of time in this season. If they want to salvage this season, and they can, 18 games in, they still have time to salvage this, because their record is not that bad. So if anybody wondering, why would you fire a coach that has a winning record? He doesn't have a winning record, number one. He doesn't. He's 9-5-4. That's not a winning record. Even though the numbers show it, that's NHL 5 over NHL 500, but that's not a winning record. That's 9-9. Even though it's 22 points, it's not. It shouldn't be, and that's the problem with giving the extra points in the overtime. So it wasn't a winning record, and it was looking like they were going for another 8-game losing streak. And I said this, no, it's not here in my other video. I said that if they lose last night, how far off is that from an 8-game losing streak? It's not. It's not that far at all. And the way they were playing and the way Price is playing, the only bright spots really in my head are Toffoli, Anderson, and Allen. You know, I'm not going to even blame Edmondson. He's been playing well and to his point. So the new guys have been doing their jobs, all the new guys, and they're, you know, I don't know what's going on. It's just I'm conflicted on this video. Anyway, I hope it comes out okay. So we're going to go over everything. So they lose 5-4 in overtime, in the shootout, actually. And, you know, Price looked, I wrote here, what did I write? Price was bad and great. He let in 3 goals that, well, how did I hear Eric Engels talking about it? That you don't want to see any goalie let in, let alone Carey Price. And he let in 3 of those. Like right through him. How does a puck go through a guy? This is when you know your goalie is struggling. When pucks that he should stop are going through him. Not around him, not over him, but through him. So there's that. I mean, it was not a good night. But it was a good night because he had some great saves. And he was dialed in the second period. And then, so Carey Price is a problem. Inconsistent focus. Horrible body language yesterday. After the bad goals, I mean, he just slumped. Yes, you know, when did Carey Price do that? Carey Price was cucumber, or they call him, cool as a cucumber. Nothing got through to him. Nothing bothered him. He was just steady. If something happened bad, he'd fix it. I don't know. Sagging after the goals, body language, and the focus, and his tracking's not... He's the greatest puck tracker of his era, maybe. And his puck tracking's garbage. So, listen, I don't want to come down on Carey Price either. I love the guy, but you know what? If you don't speak the truth and what's really wrong, there's no way to go forward and fix things. So Carey Price right now is a problem. As much as we all love him, as much as he was the greatest goalie in the league for a long time, it's not the case right now. Carey Price needs to be better. That's it. Point final. That's it. You can't have these games of 897 goals against for the game. Save percentage, excuse me. Can't have that. He's sub 900. It's 18 games in. He's played 11 games. So anybody wants to say this has nothing to do with the players or Carey Price, it does have a lot to do with Carey Price. And apparently, the only reason Jake Allen wasn't played last night was because Julien was afraid to lose Price, to upset him, and, you know, to sit him for... So that's a problem. Now, does that take the blame off of Julien for what's going on with the Habs? No, it doesn't. Claude Julien wasn't adjusting. He wasn't making... Never mind in-game adjusting. When you see something's wrong, and it's consistently wrong, you're not adjusting in between games, nothing seems to change. His decisions of who to put out on the ice in certain situations was bad. Something was wrong with his coaching. Either it's changing, the game's changing, and the North Division, or I guess his division, you know, is playing, or in the East here, they're playing more of a West Coast style now, and he's not adjusting. Something is wrong with what was going on. There are a lot of bad decisions. We talked about it a lot, and this was inevitable. And for Kirk Muller on the power play, well, that power play was sucky. Why? Why is that power play sucky? And it's not, well, the guys from last year. Well, what about this year? They changed it up. New personnel, still the same sucky power play. And the same problem. Better on the road, horrible at home. What's up with that? Why are they so bad at home? I don't, you know, what's up with that? The Habs are bad at home? I'm sorry, I grew up with a great Habs team, yes, but they were always better at home than on the road, I think. So I don't get what's up with that. So like I said, they came out wrong. Their defense was terrible. So you could argue, is it on Carey Price? But yeah, it is. If it wasn't Carey Price, he would have been mad. After a goal, he would have been mad, not... That's not a goalie who knows he did the job but thinks the defense was sucky. That's a goalie who knows he screwed up. So you can't argue that, well, Price, it's the defense's fault. Yeah, defense was at fault. So's Price. Because in the other game, Allen made those saves. Allen was fantastic. Look what the goals went in on Allen. Over his head, bouncers over his head. 2 goals. To me, I said, well, Senators are going to win without scoring a goal. And then they got the 3rd goal. Okay, so he gave up 1 goal. He made the saves that needed to be made, those little ones, the good ones. He made the saves. Price isn't making those saves. And it's being consistent. Yeah, he's had some good games, and he had some great saves. We all thought he turned it around in the second period. Yeah, he turned it around. Wow, okay, he's dialed in now. Nope. So everything point. This was my review. I added a few things since. It's in red. I mean, that's what I added. But this was my review last night. Everything points to coaching as the problem. By the way, all this in black was written last night before I went to bed. I know you maybe I could say that. It's easy for me to say that. That's the truth. Everything here was written. So the writing was on the wall. So you can't say, right? You can't say, oh, it's such a surprise. How can it be a surprise that they had to fire the coach? The only surprise is, can you accept that Price is a problem right now? No, but a lot of people don't want, Carey Price can do no wrong. No, this is not true. Carey Price isn't a god. Carey Price is a great goaltender who's 33 years old and on decline, in his decline. And he's overpaid at $10.5 million. Sure, we could accept it back then, but now it's going to bite us in the ass because Carey Price is now in decline, and it's clear that he's in decline. Right? I mean, he's 33. It's not like he's the best he's ever been and he's better than he... No. So everything points to coaching as the problem. Another problem, well, you know, I'm not even going to go there. I got this circle. CJ lost the room. So I wrote this last night. Has CJ lost the room? How long does MB give him? Wasn't long. Not even long enough for me to film this. So, I don't even know if I want to go with the goalie interference. We'll get to it after because this news is bigger. So where do they go from here? Where do they go from here? You know what? I hope Ducharme has the balls to play Allen a little bit more. You know, I've been defending it, not in saying that, you know, Carey Price is going to... Yeah, I said last night, you know, he always starts slow, and I kind of expected March he'd make a turnaround. Don't forget, he's not playing as many games as he's always played, right? He plays the bulk of the games. He is playing more than Allen, but not the usual ratio that he plays. That might have a little bit to do with it, so I thought, you know... Usually by December, he gets going. March will be like December is in a normal season. So I expected him to get going. He's not a god. I lost my train of thought there for a second. But, you know, the truth is the truth. Something's been wrong. We blamed it on the loss of his dogs. It's understandable. He loses focus for a little while. But the focus never came back. His focus isn't there. So, my point, and I'm talking a lot about Carey Price, I get it, but we got to remember that that's a big problem right now. And how does that turn around? Does Carey Price magically turn it around because now there's a new coach? Is he a coach killer? Never thought of Carey Price as a coach killer. None of us did. But maybe that's been a problem. I don't know, right? Maybe that's been a problem. Maybe that's why Michel Therrien got fired. I don't like Michel Therrien, so I don't really want to defend him. But, so the team's been, I don't know, this should have been, I picked them to win the division. This should have been a great team. I see great things potentially from this team. I mean, they never even got close to that after the first, the 2 games against Edmonton early and then every game against Vancouver. Other than that, they haven't looked like a great team. So really, something's been wrong. Anyway, so the coach paid the price. Kirk Muller paid the price for the bad power play, literally for, 3-4 years? And that's also on Julien. Julien oversees everything, right, as the head coach. So, yeah. So I'm not surprised. I didn't think Kirk Muller would get fired, though. That I'm surprised at a little bit, but... You can see the writing on the wall. But I thought maybe he'd managed to get through that. If they did, I want to say if. I didn't think that Julien would turn it around. I really didn't. I gave him some time, but it was kind of unlikely. So I just didn't think Muller would get the axe as well. But that's what happened. So we will have a new look to this team. This team will be different. And I don't know exactly how, but you got to figure they're going to be better in the offensive zone. They're going to be better in the defensive zone. So their overall offensive and defensive game is probably going to have a bit of a different look to it. Different schemes, different, way to get these guys at their best. I think we're going to see an improved power play. I would hope we're going to see an improved power play and a more consistent penalty kill. So I think overall, we're going to see a better team. I expect kind of in the first few games, you're going to see the reaction to having a new coach. That might settle down after, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go on a few games winning, because just having a new coach and them just... he lost the room, Julien. Now the new coach has the room. They're more energized. We got to see a more energized, motivated team that out there with some jump to them. Now, got to address. What the hell was that last night with that called back goal? Now, listen, they would have won the game with that, right? That goal was good. I'm sorry, can't convince me that goal was not. That goal was good. 2 seconds left in the game, game was won. So, they would have won the game. Does that take Julien out of the... No, because, and I said it in my live stream, the fact that they needed to get to that to win the game against Ottawa, then there's still a problem. And I had said in my preview that if it's an ugly win, 2-1 ugly, struggly win, a 3-2, anything struggling to win the game, that this is still a problem. And Julien's not out of the woods. And that's kind of what happened, right? So, but what's up with this goalie interference? What? I put what? WTF. I don't want to swear because I'll start swearing. What WTF is goalie interference? Because I don't know anymore. That was not goalie interference. Sure, he was in the crease. But if Gallagher had the time to get out of the crease, get up, reset, and get that tip in, how come Murray couldn't reset? How come? And Gallagher was pushed in, and he got out. Where was the goalie interference? I didn't see any goalie interference. I think his stick touched his pad when he was getting out. And that's what they're calling goalie interference? That's a problem. This is going to be a problem. That if you can't... Okay, let me just go back to the other day. Calgary and Edmonton. Tkachuk was pushed in by Darnell Nurse into the goalie. Goal was good. Why? Guy was pushed into the goalie. Right? From the Oilers guy pushed the Calgary guy into the goalie. Goal was good. This is the same thing in a way, right? The goalie interference was caused by Gallagher being pushed in there. He got out, reset, was able to make the tip in, and Murray can't get ready for the next shot? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Calls like that, gonna ruin the league. Gonna ruin the league, because you know what? Fans look at that and go, bullshit. Yeah, maybe the Ottawa fans don't, but fans on every team, and it's happening everywhere. The reffing is garbage right now, and fans see it, and this is gonna ruin hockey. If calls like that are called back, that goal was called back. No, it's not because it's my team. I would have seen any team, that goal, I would have said, that's not goalie interference. There's no way. So something wrong with the NHL making a call like that, because that, I don't know. Elbow to the head. There was an elbow to the head. I think the KK, somebody got an elbow to the head. Not a call. Elbow to the head, okay. Put your stick on a goalie's pad for a second, not okay. But go ahead. Kill somebody with your elbow. Don't touch the goalie's pad. He might hurt him. I mean, that's what I take from it. It's a sin against God. That's what I wrote. If your stick touches the goalie in the crease, it's a sin against God? What the hell? WTF is that? So it was total BS. That interference call was total BS. So there you go. There's my review, my rant, telling you about Claude, Julien all in one video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comments about this in the comment section, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. So I'm sure I'm going to get all kinds of comments about Carey Price, but let me know what you think about Carey Price and what I said about Carey Price. If you're new to the channel and you want to see controversial videos like this, Habs videos, regular, nice Habs videos, live streams, contest, the Guess the Score contest for every game could win $5. So there's that. And yeah, I'm bribing you to subscribe and ring the notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. Thank you for watching this long video, everybody. I appreciate it. Please stay safe out there in this pandemic. And peace out, y'all. See you next video. And once again, good luck to Claude, Julien, and Kirk Muller. All the best. Bye, everybody.